Hi everybody, welcome to Cage Minds. As always, I'm your host Micah. Today we're talking about Strikeforce 36. It's the semifinals of the Strikeforce Heavyweight Grand Prix, or it's also been named Barnett versus Kharitonov. There's going to be some exciting fights tonight, especially that Strikeforce Heavyweight semifinals. The matchups to lead to the finals. Also, that will be leading to the new Strikeforce Heavyweight Champion, as Alistair Overeem was cut from the company and now has been signed to the UFC. Just talking about Strikeforce 36, though. Back to that, we're going to get right to the main card being shown on Showtime. First fight we have is Pat Bam Bam Healy. He's 27-17. He's going to be taking on the debuting Maximo Blanco, who's 8-2-1. Pat Healy, he's a grinder. Embrace the grind. A wrestler. A submission artist. Has submission victories, notable ones, over Dan Hardy, Paul Daly, and Carlos Condit. Maximo Blanco is lightweight king of Pancrase, took a bronze medal in the 2007 Pan American Games. He's an extraordinary athlete, a very good fighter over in Japan in this lightweight weight class. The difference is there, the wrestling is not as extreme as it is here. The techniques, the quality wrestlers that embrace the grind. Also, for Mr. Blanco, he's going to be moving from the confines of a ring now to the cage. Could make a great difference, as the cage is a lot more useful to the grapplers, pushing men against it, using the clinch, being able to drag them down. As where the ropes, you fall through it. So that'll be some differences for Mr. Blanco. Again, we go back to Healy. Healy's going to have a disadvantage in the striking game. He's going to have to use that wrestling. He's going to have to embrace that grind. He's going to have to use his experience to not become lackluster, to come in here to be head down, hard-nosed, and come with the lunch pail, the hard hat, and get to business. Maximo Blanco is unorthodox. If you've seen any of his YouTube videos, watch some of his fights. He's unorthodox, acrobatic. The knee strikes and leg strikes he throws, they're just from all angles. He wins. I've seen him jump and flip out of the ring. He's insane, full of energy, young man. Could end the fight with one hit at any time. For that being said, though, that unorthodoxness, that craziness, the acrobatic knees, if it doesn't connect straight on, Pat Healy's the man that's going to take Blanco down, put him on his back, and grind out a 3-round decision. So we're going to call that one of the options. The fight could go down with Pat Healy with the takedowns and embracing the grind. Blanco himself is a wrestler. I'm figuring he's going to be scrambling enough on the bottom to keep himself out of the submission game, but you never know. Also, Mr. Blanco has been training in Albuquerque, New Mexico with the Jacksons team, so we should have seen that he should have seen himself some wrestling, some high-quality wrestling from guys like Clay Guida, Melvin Gillard. Who knows who else is in that gym all the time. He should have a game plan coming into this fight and should have a well-framed advantage in the striking department. If he can land, if he can connect, he can knock out Healy. I'm going to predict an explosive, impressive debut for Mr. Blanco with a first-round knockout. If it goes 3 rounds, it's going to go for Healy. Next fight we have is the light heavyweight battle between King Mo Lual, who's 7-1, taking on Roger Gracie, who's 4-0. King Mo's come back off of a 13-month layoff and a knee injury, but he's one of the most decorated collegiate and amateur wrestlers that's in mixed martial arts. Roger Gracie is one of the most decorated Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioners to come into mixed martial arts in forever. 4 mixed martial arts victories, 3 rear naked chokes, and an arm bar. 10-time Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu world champion, 3 at absolute weight class, and a 6-time super heavyweight champion. Roger Gracie is the epitome of a submission machine. He's also the leader of the UK top team. But he's taking on a wrestler which I don't know if you've seen at an open weight competition like this at a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu competition. King Mo is going to use his striking, go for takedowns, mix it up, take the man down, maybe throw a punch, maybe just jump right off of him. It's going to be one of the things of MMA that I would say it's a little hard to judge. How do you judge a guy that does a takedown and jumps right off the guy? If he goes for any sort of control, King Mo is putting himself in danger. If he stays on the ground for too long, this fight will end with a Roger Gracie submission like all of his other fights have. If King Mo can stick to his game plan, strike to get close, use takedowns, jump off, rinse, wash, repeat, and keep doing this style, he should be successful. He should just tire out Gracie. That's going to be my pick. I think that King Mo is going to end up just out wrestling, out tiring, making this go in all different directions, from the feet to the ground, back and forth, not letting Roger Gracie get comfortable. I got King Mo in a unanimous decision victory. Next, we have the Strikeforce middleweight title on the line, as Luke Rockhold, who's 7-1, is going to take on Ronaldo Souza, who's 14-2, and is the 4th-ranked middleweight in the world right now. Luke Rockhold, 7-1. You got to be thinking, wow, a man be 7-1 and earn a middleweight title shot. He must be highly impressive, a highly impressive prospect. He's a very good prospect to be at this level and only have 1 loss. He's a member of the American Kickboxing Academy. He's had 6 straight victories. He's 6 submission victories, 4 of them by rear naked choke, but he's coming back off of a 13-month layoff. I think he's going to be the lamb left and led out to slaughter as he takes on Ronaldo Souza. Souza, like I said, 4th ranked in the world at middleweight, training with the X Gym, training with Team Nogueira, training with the Black House. He's a 5-time Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu world champion. This is going to be a ground battle all the way. 2 men that like the submissions. As I said, Rockhold with 6 in his career so far, Souza with 11, and he has 3 decisions. Not really the striker and the stand-up artist. Neither man are known for their striking. So the striking, if you want to put up who has the advantage, it's really unnullified. It's really equal. You got to think which man is going to use theirs better to set up the shot, to set up the better takedown. Souza's cleared out a division, so with that behind him, every time I'd say there's a tie, I got to give the little mark to him. The submission game, 5-time Jiu-Jitsu champion. Of course, he gets the submissions. The wrestling, Rockhold has the wrestling, but still that's on the ground where you're in the dangerous Souza's submission game. As far as the cardio, I think that should pretty much well be even. But Rockhold is coming now off of a somewhere between 12 to 16-month layoff of various injuries. So this really, again, I'm going to say a lamb being led up to slaughter. I don't think he's ready for this title shot. He's a highly touted prospect. One day he'll be ready for this. He could be a championship competitor. But right now, he's going to lose. It's going to be either a unanimous decision or another rear naked choke. I got Ronaldo Souza, though, and in finishing cleaning out the Strikeforce middleweight division. Now we're going up to the co-main event of the night, where Daniel Cormier is 8-0, and he is the replacement for Alistair Overeem in this Strikeforce Heavyweight Grand Prix. He's taking on a big man, Antonio Bigfoot Silva, 16-2. Daniel Cormier, an Olympic wrestler, training with the American Kickboxing Academy. He's got 3 TKOs, 3 submissions, and 2 decisions at his record. Those submissions may be a little bit misleading, as I read 2 of them were due to strikes, so that's more like 5 TKOs and 1 submission, in my opinion. He's taking on Bigfoot Silva. Bigfoot Silva seems to be ascending to the pinnacle of his career, getting right to the prime of it, with his wins over Fabricio Verdum, Fedor Emelianenko. He's coming into his own. He's on a 3-fight winning streak. He's training with the American top team, Imperial Mixed Martial Arts. He should have the game plan. He has the work ethic. I think everything is coming together for him, and this is his fight to lose. Also, that being that he's had this pressure all along and known he's in this tournament and wanting to win this tournament, feeling that he had a very good chance in this tournament. We're talking about the heavyweight tournament. We'll talk about the size of the 2 heavyweights. Daniel Cormier is 5'11", somewhere in that 5'11", 5'10" range, about 240 pounds at fight time, as to where Bigfoot Silva is 6'6", 265 pounds, one of the bigger heavyweights we have out there. He's going to have a 7 to 8 inch height advantage, a 10-inch reach advantage, a 25-pound weight advantage. Cormier with the lower center of gravity. This could help with the wrestling, but for the wrestling, he needs to get in close, and it's to say that Silva doesn't land a shot with Cormier coming in. If Cormier does get in tight, he could achieve a takedown, though, with that lower center of gravity. Hopefully his weight, he'll be able to distribution and keep it chest to chest, would stay on top. I could see this if Cormier wins and pulls off an upset. It's not going to be a knockout. It's going to be a very long, probably wrestling game as to where he uses his cardio ability to outlast Bigfoot Silva. That's the part, besides the straight wrestling of the game, where Cormier definitely has the advantage. I'd say it would be the cardio. Bigfoot Silva, though, has the submission advantage, the striking advantage, a 16-2 record, which gives him an experience advantage. He's been all over the world. This is his time. I got to take Bigfoot Silva in this fight. Daniel Cormier, 8-0. I think a very promising heavyweight. A loss helps you learn. It helps you grow. I think this is going to be that loss for him. As to where Bigfoot Silva is just ascending, I'm taking Bigfoot Silva in a unanimous decision victory unless he ends it earlier. That takes us to the main event of this event, where we have Josh Barnett, the War Master, who's 30-5, taking on Sergei Kharitonov, who's 18-4. Josh Barnett, the War Master, an infamous figure in mixed martial arts. How many guys have failed 3 drug tests and been stripped of their world heavyweight title? A very unlikable guy I've read in mixed martial arts. But as soon as I heard he's a mixed martial artist and a pro wrestler, I gotta say I kind of like the guy, what I've read about him. He uses his submissions. He has a strict game plan. He's a good trainer from what I've seen. He's ranked number 6 by MMA News in top heavyweights and number 10 by ShareDog. He's a top 10 heavyweight then across the board. Sergei Kharitonov was disrespected and underrated coming into this tournament. His knockout victory over Andrei Arlovski put everyone on watch that he deserved to be here. He definitely deserves to be here. A Pride veteran and a K1 competitor. He's a very talented kickboxer with Sambo background. Another one of those Russians. He trains with the Golden Glory team. You know that his Dutch kickboxing is very well. He has the tools to get it done. He knows what it's like to be in a war. He's a Russian airborne troop soldier. The man has the superior striking game, and there's definitely heavier hands in this bout. Josh Barnett, though, with all of that veteranship of 35 bouts, feels that he'll be able to stand up and strike with Kharitonov long enough to attain the takedown and secure a submission. From what I've seen about the two, Kharitonov does not have the strongest wrestling game. If he's improved it, that'll be very well to do with him. But so far, I don't know if he'll have that ability. Kickboxers do fare semi-well versus Josh Barnett, as Mirko Krokof's beat him 3 times. Could Kharitonov pull a Krokov? That's what he has to be hoping for. But I'm figuring Josh Barnett at some point will get this fight to the ground. He'll be in an advantageous position, and he's going to end this with an armbar. I'm picking that in the second round. I think that means that I think that our Strikeforce Heavyweight Grand Prix final is going to be Bigfoot Silva versus Josh Barnett. We're going to go back through the winners now, what I picked for this event. I have Maximo Blanco winning via the TKO in the first round. After that, I'm going to take King Mo Lual in a unanimous decision victory. Middleweight champion Jacare Souza is going to retain his belt without a doubt. And like I said, Antonio Bigfoot Silva should beat Daniel Cormier. I'm taking that one. I'm taking that in a unanimous decision victory. And then in the main event, I'm taking Josh Barnett via the armbar in the second round over Sergei Kharitonov. This has been Cage Minds. As always, I'm Michael Frankel. Follow me on Twitter. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.